Sailing and living in Rio Dulce, Guatemala, the best hurricane hole in the Caribbean. So this is the Rio Dulce, Guatemala. Sailing and living here in Belize was the best part of my life. Joanna and I had many adventures here, and we just want to share some of the things we did with you. Must-do things include the ruins of Tikal and Copan, Lake Atitlan, and the colonial town of Antigua. There are many tips for you throughout the video should you wish to live here or just visit. Enjoy the video.
For almost a year, almost a whole year. Got here to that marina over there on Nanawana about a year ago, and for 3 or 4 days we stayed there, and then we went, now we're here.
Here's the street market in Rio Dulce. Downtown Rio Dulce is crowded, especially on the weekends. Shopping for indigenous clothes at the market. Gas station and mechanic. That's the Rio Dulce Bridge. It's we lived right about underneath it. This is a shot of the boats going underneath the bridge. And that's Backpackers. We spent a lot of time there, and this is where we stayed for the year and a half. Is Marina, and there's several different views of this, and there's showing the bridge. This is us with the Marina in the background. This is over by where we're staying. More boats. Over there is the main office, and the thatched roof is where the restaurant is. We're gonna walk over there right now. Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días, Robert.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Clement.
Oh, otro?
Clementino.
Clementino.
Clementino. Buenos días. I did way too much drinking there. And then we lived in Tortuga for about 3 months. Nice little area right there to have lunch and breakfast. Right there's the water. It's humid, but it's not too very hot right now. Got hammocks. Of course, Joanna.
Hola.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Karina.
Karina. I drove my truck down here and I took a barbecue, and we really did a lot of barbecue and we ate really well. I was pretty thin here for me, and I gained a lot of weight eating and just enjoying life. And me and my MacBook. Still have it. We hauled out Carabella and Abels.
This is Carabella being lifted out. Oh, beautiful. Wow.
We redid the bottom paint and did many repairs below the waterline. Right here is the through hole. The way they had it before was, it's amazing it didn't leak and sink the boat. But now we're gonna put a good through hole in it, and I'm gonna do a really nice job right now.
This sea cock was really scary. I think it's for the sewer, and it had a huge valve on it that cost $134 to replace. It didn't shut, so it would never shut off. If I shut it off and if it was leaking, the water would pour in anyway, so I replaced it instead of repairing it. And it only had 2 or 3 threads on it, on the old sea cock, and wow, I was afraid, so when I put the new one on, it put it on really well, and it's a brand new one. It ought to last for a long time. We used anti-fouling Transocean marine paint, TO Clean Chip. This was the cheapest paint we could find. It was about $300 a gallon. We used 2 gallons of it. We're done with Carabella. Finished the bottom on it. It's looking pretty good. Hopefully it'll last for a year or two.
So after we got done at the Bells, we were taking it back over to put it back in the berth at Marine. This boat backs up terrible. It's very difficult to get it to go straight into a berth. While at Marine, we did a lot of things, and a lot of it's for boat repair. Being on a mast is a scary thing. It doesn't look very high up there, but man, when you're up there, it is, you know that if you mess up, you're dead. We only paid $8,500 for Carabella, so she needed a little bit of work to get her going, and we enjoyed the process. This is what the docks looked like. Kind of, this is where we walked every day, and this was a little barbecue area that we could.
Help for the gasoline.
Very good to have it.
Hey Dan, thank you for teaching me.
Not gasoline, fuel.
Repeat again.
Diesel.
Diesel. Ah, okay.
Do never go to the gas station and ask for gas. They will put it in your tank.
Ah, okay.
Joanna's standing on Carabella, and one of the launches going by, and Jolito is one of the little boys that lived there on Marine, and he used to come over and fish off our boat, and he was a pretty good fisherman. He would all hand line it, and he would just take a hook and catch these morada. Casa Guatemala was a orphanage for some of the indigenous there. They were beautiful little kids, and they took good care of them. Backpackers is kind of affiliated with them, and that's a restaurant that we used to eat at all the time, and that's where we got our laundry done. We ate at Backpackers all the time, and one time that we were there, we took Pedro and his family. Pedro used to help us all the time with Carabella and lifting things for us. He was a very strong guy, and his family was just a wonderful family. Here are just a couple more pictures of Pedro, his wife, and his kids, and one with Joanna.
This is a very beautiful place, a venture of the heart. They take care of the little kids with love, with food, and education, and always want to have another baby with my husband. So that's not possible, and then we love the little kids around.
This is a lot of fun, honey. Wow.
Blast.
I love it.
First day of sailing. First day of sailing. First day.
Wow, and I love it, mi amor.
Had nice wind on Lake Isabel. The sun is starting to set. We got about 45 minutes before sunset. And then, but we'll come in dark or not. A lot of fun. Lots of fun.
That's beautiful.
Poor Carabella, everything that was put away is no longer put away. It's all over the cabin floor. Just messed up. My equipment. My vise was flipped down. Joanna's driving the sailboat. Over there's the Bells. She just launched us. We're on our way. There's the bridge way over there.
Pierre went with us on our first sail. He encouraged us to go out there on Lake Isabel, and he went with us for moral support and really lent a good hand on telling us how to handle Carabella. The Lancheros are like taxi drivers on the river. They all have a lancha, and then they take people up and down the river. The local fishermen go out and catch these fish. They put them in their canoes just like this, and they sell them right off the canoes. The lobster divers as well.
We're going 7 miles an hour.
7 miles!
Put on your seatbelt. We are like going mid.
So Sally, Lisa, and Joanna, they all live in the United States now. And here's Dawn and Joanna on her first drive. And Dawn would always tell Joanna, watch! Because she was always wanting to take a picture with her cell phone or something. Goldie stayed with us for 2 months while Dawn and Linda took a vacation from their vacation. We were invited to a Guatemalan worker's house for a home-cooked meal. This is his wife, and they were cooking fish. They served salad, and they cooked the fish. It was almost like they were camping out, but this is their home. This is the walls. They have bamboo, and then in their roof is a tin roof. And the food was incredibly good. It was very tasty. We brought the drinks, and we got to spend the time with the family and meet the kids. And it was a good time. We took several trips up the Rio towards Livingston while we were living in Marmarine. These are the lily pads. This is the forest where the original Tarzan was filmed as well. People live along this river the whole way. They drink out of it, and their sewer runs into this river. But it's very well used. This is how they live. Lancheros run a river trip almost every day for the tourists, and they take them to this little farm where they have girls that sell jewelry. They have a beautiful little house, and it's right off of a lily pond. I wonder what it would be like to live in a house like that for a while. Here's one of the marinas with the sailboats.
That's how he
They're a
got
breeding
skinny.
pair, huh?
No, he can't do it anymore.
Oh.
He's fit, but he's madly in love with her.
Well, honey, what do you think?
Oh, this is just beautiful and wonderful. This is the house that every woman wants.
I got
We are,
Well,
yes,
okay, let's ask the woman who has it what she thinks. Is this the house that every woman wants?
For the right woman.
Pamela and Al lost their sailboat in Belize and then bought this ranch in Guatemala. And it was very nice of them to let us take the horses out. And she did a nice little trip with us. It was really a lot of fun. She runs an orphanage for animals.
He's my honey. Give me He's the number one. I've got another beautiful one in here.
These are not house cats. These are actually wild Guatemalan wildcats.
Boy, somebody came out here last week and took pictures with his wide angle camera and it made him look like an elephant. His nose was like, and I was like, oh, poor Freddie. Well, Julia said I hurt their feelings.
This is Freddie.
This is Freddie.
Very friendly.
Yeah. I said, well, I'll put him in the trailer and take him back to Texas. Why not? All right, ride that pig.
We're in a Ella store in Guatemala, and all the sailboats from Rio Dulce came over here to do a regatta today. And they're giving us a show. You can see the boat out there.
Ella Store is a fun little town, about probably 45 minutes drive from Rio Dulce. It was a nice place to be, and it was kind of cool that day that everybody took their boats out for the celebration that they were having there. Religious holidays plays a big part in Latin America. This is Easter on the river. This is the Castillo de San Felipe. We went to this little castle on Lake Isabel several times.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Very good. We're doing very well, thank you very much.
Hola. Bienvenidos, mucho gusto.
Gracias.
Mi nombre es Byron Díaz a la orden, y yo voy a tener el honor de acompañarlos y contarles un poco de la historia de...
This is me with my little RX-100 and a tripod to steady it with. The castle was built to keep out the pirates back in the day. While we were there was a group of kids taking a tour. Video. ¿Entiendes video? Say hello. Where are you? ¿De dónde eres?
Isabel.
¿Toro?
Yes.
Since everybody who lives on the Rio Dulce uses it to wash clothes and it's as a sewer, you can get sick there. There was something called NODIC, N-O-D-I-C, that we took to get rid of the parasites and the bacteria that we collected. This is me getting an ultrasound on my liver for drinking too much. And we took Dale and Augie into the dentist to get some work done. Medical and dental health is extremely inexpensive in Latin America, but go to Colombia, not here. So for Halloween, we took a lancha over to a different marina. They had a little Halloween party that night. It was fun. One of the restaurants that we used to go to all the time was Sundogs. They had a little bakery. They would cook pizza, make soups and sandwiches. My recommendation to all the travelers is just eat stuff that has been cooked. And don't eat anything with lettuce. They wash the lettuce with the water from the river. They throw you in the river for your birthday. This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. Here we are sailing on Rio Dulce. A beautiful house. The jungle comes right down to the river. So this is Aguas Caliente. They have the lancheros taking the people to the hot water springs. One of the many hundreds of boats that are anchored out on the Rio. Livingston is where you do your paperwork when you arrive at the Rio Dulce from another country. It's also where you do your boat registration and you pay your yearly fees for taxes. It's a nice little town. Can be dangerous. Be careful. We're going to kayak in to customs, Livingston, to check out Guatemala. It's just going to be easier than going out on taking the dinghy off the cabin top, putting the motor in, or whatever we got to do.
Be safe, mi amor.
Yeah, kayaks flip over on me. It's going to be a wet ride, I can tell already. If you go sailing, bring a kayak with you. You use it all the time, and it's a lot of fun to dive from and go fishing and take short little trips like this. Honey,
I got the sails up for the very first time all by myself. And they look like, the only wind monitor I've got is that little Guatemalan flag. Way off in the distance, I got a container ship and another container ship, and I suspect there'll be more container ships. And then these guys look like they're anchoring. Maybe they're on their way to Belize tomorrow. But I was told to go way over there and wait for the morning. So that's where we're going. First, we're going to go on this tack for a long ways. Maybe an hour or so. I got the autopilot working. We're cleared out of Belize. We're actually going without an engine.
Hi, honey.
I'm fishing. It's incredible. I hear the birds. It's cool, light breeze. The only thing I'm missing is a cerveza.
So we're actually sailing from the Gulf of Honduras to Belize right now. You can catch our sailing from Rio Dulce, Guatemala to Belize and living there for 6 months in one of our other videos. And then we're going to be having some more videos about Antigua and about Lake Atitlan and Tikal and Copan in the coming weeks. Our next video is going to be about Antigua, Guatemala. We lived there for 4 months in a language school where we learned Spanish, and we got to really get used to the culture while we were waiting for Joanna's visa to come to the United States.